Welcome back, guys. So last time we have seen a comparator with a custom type, which is a student here. Now we'll sort this without using comparator. So we will use something called as comparable interface. Now, now think about this. When you sort integers, when you sort strings, at that time you just parse this thing, not the entire part. You just parse. You just say you have a collection, sort it. Now that means it is this object's responsibility or this collection responsibility is to sort it, right? So what if this student class knows about how to sort their own objects? What I mean is now this student object will compare either roll number or marks or some different logic by itself. That means we don't require a comparator. Now if you want to make it possible, you have to implement a class or an interface called as comparable. So it should be compared with student. Okay. Now since we are implementing this, we have to write a method which is public int compare to. Now in case of comparator, we have a compare function, and in case of comparable, we have compare to function. Now compare will take two parameters as somebody else is comparing those objects. In case of comparable, one object will compare with another object, which means one object will initiate the process and the second object will be passed as a parameter. So that's why we require only one parameter here, and we'll name this as S. Now how to compare the same way we have done in previous example, we have to say now instead of using S1 or S2, one object is the instance which has called this compare to, and one which is passed, which means the instance which is calling this function is this. So we can say this dot marks. If this is greater than s dot marks, so in this scenario, return -1. Else, check for if this dot marks is less than s dot marks. In this scenario, we'll return 1, and otherwise we'll return a 0. Okay, so this time instead of using comparator, I'm directly implementing something called as comparable with my class, so that in my main function I can directly say sort.studs. Now this sort don't have to take extra efforts to define the logic, right? So if I run this now, yeah, it's still working, right? That means we can use comparator or we can use comparable. Now which is better is depend upon situation. If you are going with a custom class, so it is always preferable to create your own or implement a comparable interface. Otherwise, if it is an inbuilt class where you cannot change the we cannot change the definition of the class, that time we can use comparator. Okay, so this is how comparable and comparator works. So thank you so much for watching. Do subscribe for further videos.